I mean, I hate to say it, Tina, but we're walking into a buzzsaw Sunday.
Oh,
Can't,
Ronbo.
do we have
If
it?
we were, if we were in at Levi's, I would. Let me take. Let's say this first. Any given Sunday. Okay, let's be
Yes.
real. Any
Yeah.
given Sunday, anything can happen.
True.
Sunday, I think what's going to happen is the Seahawks are going to be rolling on that river again.
Oh.
Still rolling.
Are you listening? Damn.
Ronbo Sports here representing the Niner Empire. Yeah, I'm still representing 49er football. It never ends. Man, I gotta tell you, and I know each and every year for the last 4 years, I come in, I say, fam, it's gonna get better. You know what? It's gotta get better. We've hit rock bottom again. There's not going to be any knight in shining armor riding into town out of Boston to save the 49ers this year. We have all we're going to get to help us out. So we gotta weather this storm. So we'll see what happens. Because I never say die. That's why they call us Die Hard. I refuse to just give it up. Anything could happen between now and this Sunday. Fam, here's something you need to keep in mind. First of all, the 49ers do badly. It's almost become a tradition. The 49ers do badly after every bye week for God knows. Their record is 2-5, and now it was 2-5-11 to go into that game. Now it's 2-5-12. They've lost 12 times. They've tied 5 times, and they've won a measly 2 times. You do the math. That's a lot of years. All right. So they were supposed to lose that game no matter who we were playing. And look who we were playing. One of the worst defenses in the NFL, the Tampa Bay Bucks, and the 49ers yielded to them. There were a lot of surrounding circumstances, though, to add to it. They say you cannot give excuses. Those are professionals. They're supposed to overcome everything, including being told the night before that Reuben Foster is not going to be with us any longer as he's downtown in the downtown precinct because of what he just did. He did it again. And then, of course, you figure, now Marquise Goodwin wasn't with the team as well. I'm not going to speculate. I don't know what happens, but I do know that Marquise flew into town with the 49ers on a Friday, and he left. He had to beat back to San Francisco. We don't know what happened, but there is no timetable on his return. Now, this is something scary because you know how close he is with his family. Let's just send a prayer up for Marquise and hope that he comes running back into camp. I'm ready. Because whatever happened, I hope it just works out well, And then there's Reuben, right? Reuben. You know, it's really funny because everybody's been asking about it, and I figured, fam, this is the last day I'm going to be talking about this, okay? Because I want some answers. I've acquired some help later. I'll get that in a minute. But here's the thing. Reuben is in Washington. We all know that now, unbelievably so. There he is. He's in Washington now, and I understand he has a commissioner-exempt contract. What that means is he can join the Washington Redskins. He can be paid the entire time. He's got to go through the judiciary process and see what happens with that. Who knows? Again, can't speculate on that. And then, of course, one thing we can speculate on, I can tell you right now, Roger Goodell is going to wait till after that's done, and he's going to live in the wrath of Roger. I'm laughing because you know what? Remember, we were so worried. Oh, God, Raj, man, give us a break. He's just a kid. So now, do we care? We do. In fact, John Lynch was asked about it, and John says, hey, we wish him well. I'm going to take a page right out of John Lynch's book. We wish him well. Reuben, go ahead, man. Because can you see the day that we're scheduled to play against the Redskins, and there's Reuben on the other side of the line of scrimmage wearing a Washington Redskins uniform. We'll see what happens with that. Meanwhile, Jimmy Ward. Poor Jimmy, I think this is it, fam. I really think this may be it. It was probably possibly going to be it anyway because Jimmy, he's on the IR. And of course, he's not going to return this year. Now, if you were the 49ers front office, would you renew Jimmy's contract, $8.5 million last year? I don't know that Jimmy's going to want to take a cut or get a contract renewed to the same volume. So Jimmy's probably gone. I did feel bad. Chris Bitterman went after Sacramento beat Chris Bitterman. He went after Jimmy. He asked Jimmy about what was going on and what was his future plan. And Jimmy says, I play hard, physical. It's the only thing I know. I said, oh, wow. See, that's why you can't really hate on Jimmy. He's just doing his job the best of his ability. And consequently, I don't know that his body can sustain the NFL level of punishment. He comes up, usually starts the season out with a pulled hamstring. And then somehow, back-to-back seasons, he ends up with a broken arm. Is it the game or is it him? It may be the game. And possibly a combination of the two. He may not be able to handle it. I hate to think so because he loves the game, you can tell. He said he's going to grind, get back into shape, and be ready to go back out there again. He ain't giving up. We'll see, because in the meanwhile, the 49ers are bringing all kinds of guys into camp. We got linebackers coming in. Of course, you got to fill in Ruben's spot. We can't go and just leave that empty. We'll see what happens. I can't wait for this game. Yeah. Elijah Lee. Let's just face it. Malcolm Smith. Oh, Malcolm. Dude is not really impressing, is he? We'll see. Malcolm Smith is, to me, overpaid for what he's did. He takes a year off. Part of this year he takes off, and he comes in, he's not doing that well. So Elijah Lee's my guy. The 49ers like Elijah Lee, too. They liked Elijah Lee from years ago. He was supposed to get drafted by the 49ers. They were looking at him then. But the Minnesota Vikings picked him up. The Vikings put him on their practice squad. We picked him up. And Elijah Lee's been doing a good job for us. I like his quickness, his skill set. Elijah Lee is actually good in coverage as well. So therefore, Malcolm Smith loses on that angle, too. Because if Elijah Lee can cover, that already puts him in front of Malcolm Smith right there. Save the money. Go with Elijah. Forgive me, Dick. I ought to be Elijah Lee's agent, right? Wide receivers, we got Pierre Garçon is still nursing that knee. Garçon, you got to figure, Garçon probably knows he's going to be leaving. It's going to probably end up being a cap casualty along with Malcolm Smith. That means he's not going to go out and continue to risk injuring that knee. He's going to want that to heal up. Meanwhile, the 49ers are going to go ahead and look at a little more Dante Pettis in the games ahead. By the way, Max McCaffrey, I'd love to see what Max going to do. I was a big Max McCaffrey fan during the course of the time that he was in camp during the preseason. We'll see. Bam, you know what? I got to tell you, though. Nick Mullens is going to continue. You knew it, too. Remember Kyle said he didn't look very good. Kyle said that, but he then came up and followed that up with, really, nobody looked good. Kyle even said he didn't look good. But here's the thing. Kyle, no. There were players that did look good. George Kittle looked very good. Matt Breida was awesome. Joe Staley did a good job. Dante Pettis did a very good job. So Kyle, it was you. Remember I was in your face at your place if you let me in, you know what I was talking about. I looked at Kyle and see the plays he was running. I was a little confused. The whole time I'm looking at the game, I said, Kyle, what are you doing? What kind of play is this? I'm thinking to myself, Kyle, give me the headset. I can call better plays than that. Are you serious? Kyle?
Ronbo!
Hey,
what's good with you?
Nothing, to be truthful.
Hey, shout out to Yamin.
Yeah.
And our Niner family, too.
Yeah.
I'm through betting, Ronbo.
How come?
They say football is a game of inches.
Okay.
Now, my wallet is a game of pennies. I'll be home every night now.
I guess so.
Ronbo, I ain't got a pot to piss in. And don't ask me nothing about Ruben.
Well, no, I wasn't going to.
And I'm gone.
Hey, listen, remember last year MC was blaming me for all the bets he lost? He won't take any advice from me anymore. MC lost that money on his own. I feel vindicated. See, if it wasn't me, it was him. So he can't talk. I tell you what, though. He said don't ask him nothing about Ruben. I have acquired the services. I went out to Atlanta, GA. I got Tina. Because you know why? Because you and I are all pissed off. Most guys are we're just not happy with this, right? Ladies tend to calm down, relax, and they can think it out. And especially since he's on the other side of the spectrum, representing ladies. Let's go check out Tina and see what she's got to say. Matter of fact, you and I have been discussing the issues that we've been having lately. And you know, between us guys, the testosterone is anger, mad, and calling Ruben all kinds of names. So what I thought I'd do is go get the feminine approach, because you know, ladies can actually rationalize and think clearer than we can. and most of the time. Then again, what's funny, Tina, hello.
Ronbo! What is going on, my friend? I wish we were talking under better circumstances, but hey, we're talking.
I know.
It's a circumstance.
And by the way, before we get anything started, Tina, please tell us about your program. Tina is actually one who also does programs, and she does it in order to bring the ladies into the fold of the sports world. Tina, tell us about your program.
That is so true, Ronbo. Every Wednesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am trying to help educate the ladies on the fundamentals of baseball, basketball, and, of course, football. LL Sports 2 with TJ, 347-826-7924 or blogtalkradio.com/LL Sports 2. And Facebook. Sorry.
There you go. And what we wish is Tina can actually talk to Ruben's girlfriend and see if they can get something worked out. Teach her about sports and how to behave. But it's Ruben. It made me, I really wish I knew. But as I say, I'm confused. And Tina, what would make a guy who stands to potentially make a fortune? His life would be lit up with nothing but glory, but it turns out now he's with Redskins, so I guess he gets to continue. But Roger hasn't suspended him yet. But Tina, shed some light on what in the world is going on with Reuben Foster.
Ronbo, you know, I do not like to deal in speculation. You know, none of us were there.
That's true.
But we can deal with the facts, and we can deal with what we've been told. Let's just go over that, what we know thus far. So we know that Saturday night, 9 p.m., Reuben was arrested.
Yes.
He was arrested because he allegedly slapped the phone out of a female's hand, pushed her in her chest, and slapped her with an open hand across her face.
Oh.
Then we find out that this is the same lady that he was accused of assaulting back in May. Why? You just mentioned Dick Ronbo. You stand to make millions of dollars. Let's go over his contract now. I told you, I like to deal in facts.
Yes.
So he's making he was set to make $9 million this year.
That's nice money for a rookie. Second year.
Second year. Guaranteed money was a little over $7 million.
Oh.
So he was picked in the first round of the 2017 draft.
Yep.
Supposed to take us to the next level on our defense.
Yeah.
You tell me what's the politically correct word I can use for it? The snatch, the good.
Yeah, that's
whatever
too.
you want, however you want to label it. There is not a good on this earth that is worth $9 million.
Oh.
Okay, how do you get caught up with the same female? I am a female.
Yes.
I take domestic violence very seriously.
As
you know, on a serious note, grew up with domestic violence. So, you know, a lot of people say, well, you don't know, you don't understand if you've never been in it, been involved in it or whatever. I have, you know, and in all being honest, you know, full disclosure.
Yes.
Recently in a relationship where, hey, was going pretty good there, but you see the signs.
Yes.
Okay? And it is up to you to determine how to proceed. This woman, we don't know who's telling the truth. What are we supposed to think? Back in May, you were assaulted, but you recanted. You said that you lied because you were trying to extort money. Okay, were you really lying? Or did you really get abused? Fast forward to now we're in November.
Yeah.
You get slapped across the face.
Yeah.
You get the phone snapped out of your hand.
Yeah.
Did it really happen?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to get money?
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line and the common denominator here, we're dealing with the same man and the same woman, domestic violence. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you are throwing away your career for what? For what? You went to in front of the media. You said that you learned your lesson.
Yeah.
You said that you were going to walk the straight and narrow.
Yes.
Is this your definition of straight and narrow? Come on, Ruben. But I do not feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
And you mentioned at the top of the show, the top of our segment, that the testosterone men, they're not on Ruben's side.
Oh, not at all.
Me neither. No sympathy coming this way. I cannot do it.
And Tina, the first time, here's another thing too, because we all want to see the 49ers improve. So we didn't think twice about saying that she lied. Now, I question it now. Did she all of a sudden, Ruben, say, look, baby, listen, you got to get us out of this mess, all right? I apologize and all that and that, but moving forward, you got to get back in straight. You got to fix this. I kind of already think I know what happened. That's just my speculation. I know you don't like to speculate, but I got a feeling she went in there because she was too good at it. I lied, because the money gonna stop rolling in, y'all. I lied, and Ruben never touched me, and I did it because I was trying to, do this and that, and all of a sudden, DA standing there, his flames are coming off his head, I guess, because he thought he had a lock. He did have a lock. The case was locked, and all of a sudden now we're back, and everybody breathes a sigh of relief. Oh God, I just wanted Ruben back. See now,
he learned his lesson.
But we thought we knew Ruben. We didn't know Ruben. Ruben's like. Ian Rappaport called him a con man. He says, Ruben's been doing this for a long time. Ruben, he's got that smiley face. He's the nicest guy. When he talks, everybody believes in him. His teammates all love him. But he's got a problem. I got to assume. Because how do you have that accidentally happen? That's not going to happen the same way twice. There's just no way it happens. There's got to be something different. But the same thing twice tells me something ain't right here.
But Ronbo, let's not put it all on Ruben. How do you have the same incident with the same woman? What are your motives? What are you after? And you're obviously not trying to get him help.
Yeah.
Okay? Because, again, and we're not even a year removed. What, 5-6 months?
Yeah, at minimum.
And here we are in the same predicament. But again, what is worth giving up millions and millions of dollars for? Is she the only female on the face of the earth?
L-O-V. It's got to be love, Tina. There's got to be some serious love. I mean,
what's love got to do with
it? I'm thinking, there's a lot of people in abusive relationships. This may be one of them. Because I'm thinking if it's twice with the same girl, it's either twisted love or somebody is confused. And I think, Donna Bell was on she gets on the chat and she says, you know what? Here's the problem. She's got a sharp tongue and Ruben's got a bad temper. That will not work.
Never will. Never will.
I said, Donna,
that's been there. You have to know your mate. Yeah. You have to know your mate. And if the two of you together bring out the worst in each other, guess what? Ding, 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 ding. Not a good relationship.
Bells going off and everything else.
And that's what I say. At that point, everybody deserves a second chance. I firmly believe in that. You're going to slip up. You're going to mess up. You may react with one person totally different than you would with another. But if it happens one time, you can best believe it will happen again. Okay? And so for you, as the woman, like I say, what are your motives? What is it that you're trying to obtain by staying in this relationship? Because it boils down to a choice. But as the man, you have so much to lose. We talked about this, and we briefly talked about it with Alden. You worked so hard to get to this point. There's a Reuben Foster. How many Robert Fosters are there that we'll never know about?
Yeah.
How many Randy Fosters are there out there that we'll never know about because they didn't get the opportunity? But here it is. It's right here in front of you. You've worked. You put in the practices, the little league, the college, all of the work. You did that. For what? For what? To slap it away?
Yeah.
Because that's literally what you're doing. The Redskins, they picked him up, but he won't play. I don't think he'll play for the Redskins.
I don't either, actually. Roger Goodell's got to put his foot down on this because he doesn't want it.
And he has.
It'll be a year's suspension.
Yeah, as it should be. But will he come back? Will he come back from that? Look at Alden.
Motivated and interested, exactly. And usually they usually sink into another depth level of the misery. And you're right. It culminates and it kind of ruins the football player. He can't be himself anymore. So yeah, you're right.
Well, let's just briefly discuss this. They always know that they're going to get a second chance.
All right.
What's to stop them? That's the problem. The 49ers, they told him, listen, we stand behind you, but don't the next inkling, and they kept to their word. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Now the Washington Redskins have come in, swooped in, picked him up. There's no need for him to change in his mind. And that's the sad part about it.
And if it was a second string player or a reserve, one little mistake, he left the toothpaste open in the locker room. You are out of here. So it just depends on how good a football player you are for you to get more chances.
It is.
Tina, you know what? Here's the thing. The team has suffered dramatically last year and this year as far as injuries and things that are going on and take away from the 49ers' potential to win a football game. Now, this is really strenuous. We got Marquise Goodwin took off for this game for personal reasons. I'm worried about that situation too, but that's for another conversation. But because Marquise is a very serious person, if he took off, it was really serious.
Yes.
Now the team has. Can you imagine 9 o'clock at night, guys? We got to make an announcement. Got to meet you guys in the hotel lobby so we can have a quick word. Ruben's not going to be able to. I'll just tell you the truth, guys. Ruben's been arrested again for the same damn charge he was last year. The coach is going to get mad, right? So everybody's going to sit there, what? So listen, guys, what I want you to do is focus. We're going to go in tomorrow. We're going to wash our hands of this situation right now, and we got a job to do. Well, let's go do it. They didn't do it, Tina. They couldn't do it. They played like terrible. No. They looked like ass out there.
Terrible.
So, and everybody's blaming them, and everybody's pointing fingers to every player and coaches and everybody else, Jed York and everything. Mm-hmm. That's already gotten underway. Can this team bounce back? This is I think this puts them on an uphill drive for the rest of the season. I mean, can they build from this?
I don't think we're...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I don't think we're mature enough. I don't. I don't think that we have the leaders in place that can get the team to galvanize the team. No. I mean, we have Richard Sherman, but let's be honest. Richard Sherman he's not the player that he was 2 years ago. Yeah. But he does have the voice. He does have the, he's the veteran leader in the locker room, but he hasn't been with this team. The team is too. They haven't gelled enough. They haven't built enough chemistry, I believe, to overcome these types of situations. I mean, because it seems like it's just each week we've been going in a downward spiral versus climbing uphill. We had that good game with the Raiders when Mullens came in, gave us a little spark. It kind of carried over to the next game. No, we didn't win it, but we looked good. And that's one thing about us. We've always looked good in our games. The only bad game we had was against the Rams. But this, I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're mature enough, though. I don't.
That's the perfect observation too. We don't have the ability to recover. Oh, that's so scary. And we got 5
Not to say that we won't
weeks.
win another game.
Well, what? I got to tell you, Tina, because I was going to ask you about that next. Now, we have to play a team that Pete Carroll has got rolling. I mean, the Hawks are playing some serious football. I picked them
rolling on the river.
I mean, I was laughing at the beginning of the year, Tina. I said, boy, we can whoop the Hawks for sure this year. We got them. Tina, I went and got the papers that they had on us. I said, I think they still got the. I mean, I hate to say it, Tina, but we're walking into a buzzsaw Sunday.
Oh, Ronbo.
Do we have
if we were in at Levi's, I would. Let's say this first. Any given Sunday, okay? Let's be real. Any given Sunday, anything can happen.
True.
Sunday, I think what's going to happen is the Seahawks are going to be rolling on that river again, still rolling. No. But. Who was this? I think it was Deion Sanders that said this. Just because you speak the truth does not mean that you are that you've fallen off of the wagon, that you don't support your team.
Not at all.
Truth hurts.
Yes.
And sometimes we as 49er fans tend to just like fall off the deep end if you say anything negative about the team, or if if you don't go all in and you're not just, the 49ers are going to win every game. I'm not crazy. Okay? I have good sense. And I know
guilty as charged. I mean, you know what? I be hollering and arguing with people. Man, what are you talking about? The 49ers is ready to play some football this weekend. You ain't nothing doing hating. I be getting all off into it, But you're right.
Okay, I understand. But then once you get back by yourself and in your corner.
And you know better, right? Reality bites everywhere. Oh, ow. Gosh.
Get off me, reality. Yeah, I know. But if we were to win this game, I need to know who was injured, because something happened. Something happened. I mean, we didn't just go in there and just play a perfect game. Yeah, so something happened. But again, it's possible. But I mean, like what I saw last week against Tampa, if that's what we're bringing to Seattle, no. In the words of Aretha Franklin, ain't no way.
and here's the thing. Russell Wilson, I said, look, Russell Wilson is getting way too much more credit than he should be getting. I mean, the defense carried that team down through the years. Marshawn Lynch was responsible for the offense. All Russell had to do is game manage at a very high level. He did throw a lot of great passes, and he scrambled around. Ahmad Brooks is still mad because he never could grab him. So there is some magic about Russ. I gave it to him,
Yes.
Let's see, now I have to think I got to be serious now. Russell Wilson's damn good, Tina. The things he beat Cam. He beat Cam Newton last week. I thought the Panthers just going to roll all over. I really did. And part of that's hatred of the Hawks. I got to stop, just deciding. Every week I say the Rams going to lose this week, But, yeah, the Rams ain't losing to nobody this week. And they wasn't going to lose to anybody last week,
I remember I did say that at the beginning of the season. You asked me what was the team that I think we should fear.
Yes.
And everybody said Rams, whatever. Okay. I'm telling you. But you're right. I'm glad that you can admit it, though. That there's a lot of animosity towards the Hawks, and that kind of feeds into your, you're not wanting to give them the
any credit that they deserve.
They maybe do. Russell Wilson is the truth.
Yes, and I like his wife Sierra. Sierra's a very sweet person, and I'm not blaming her anymore because she married Russ. But the thing is, I still want the Hawks before everybody leaves that team, because what really burned me up, Tina? Everybody left now, Cam and all the guys. We got Sherman on our team. I wanted to beat them at their prime, at their strongest point. Now everybody's gone. So it's like beating them now means nothing more than we just got the monkey off our back. But that monkey's going to be jumping on our shoulders this weekend, Tina.
Yeah.
I kind of feel it's going to get real ugly down there in Seattle. Oh.
I'm not wishing. Nobody's wishing for that. But I'm not going to put out there that's going to be ugly. We will be competitive.
Will we?
Because we've been competitive. Well, I don't know. It just sounds good, Ronbo. It sounds good.
It does. I mean, I appreciate it too. I don't want to think you out of the way. I'm the man who always is over optimistic, but now I'm scared. Because the guys I've been giving a lot of grief to, I've been talking major smack. Tina, I've been telling me, boy, I tell you what, boy, that's gonna come into the clink for the first time in years, and we gonna just mop the floor with you, man. We got Jimmy G, we got this going. I'm looking Garcon's back. Can't nobody guard Marquise Goodwin. And I didn't even know Matt Breida was going to be what he is this year.
Oh, wow. So that's what I say. We have some bright spots, and we've been very competitive. We really have. I know we've been flexed out of a lot of games, but you can say what you want to. But watching the 49ers has been exciting. When we're on primetime, that's why, I started to start a petition that 49ers needed to play on primetime every game. Yeah. Because we look great on primetime.
That's true. Barely lost to Green Bay.
Yeah. When we
beat the Raiders to death. Yeah.
Beat the Raiders to death, but the last primetime game, it didn't go so well.
Yeah, it didn't.
But the Monday night against the Giants. So.
Yeah, I know that was. Wait, Tina, we was in that game. Well, actually, we still competed though. We didn't
But
get
we
blown.
competed, yeah.
we didn't get blown off the field.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
And we
So
had a
say it was
chance.
competitive. We
Yeah.
just, the same bug hit us. Remember that saying where that curly just don't curl right.
Yeah.
Well, we get all the way to the fourth quarter and we just don't finish the game.
Yes.
That's been our problem the entire season.
Oh, I know.
I don't know how you get double-digit leads for at least 6 of the games we've lost. And fourth quarter comes and you just get amnesia. I don't get it. I don't understand.
And you can touch upon this too, because everybody's blaming the defense for our downfall, and that one guy, Robert Saleh, his name comes up, and it's the sentences are usually like filled with lots of expletives, and Robert Saleh's name, and I feel. How do you feel about that situation? Because this is a narrative that's been going crazy with the 49er empire. What do you think about Robert Saleh?
Well, Robert Saleh, if he were to be dismissed from the team, I wouldn't shed a tear. But I do not lay all of the blame at his feet, though. The defense, let's be real. Did we really expect the defense to be a top 5, top 10 defense, even with, Garoppolo and everything? No, we didn't. So the defense is not doing anything more or less than what I anticipated or expected them to do. The defense has nothing to do, though, when in the fourth quarter, we can't get a first down. Okay? If the defense is always on the field, what do you expect to happen come late in the game? They're human people. Come on, let's be real. They're not machines. They're going to be tired. Our main issue, so to answer your question, is the defensive coordinator the problem? No, but I do believe that coaching is our problem, because I am a firm believer that you play how you practice, and I do not believe we have discipline in practice. You cannot tell me that we do. It's evident when we play on Sundays or Thursday or Monday.
I have to agree because they're making the same boneheaded mistakes. We're seeing the same thing. When they get burnt the same way. The pass rush, it looks like nobody eats oatmeal in the morning. None of these guys can get past an offensive lineman, except for the Oakland Raider game, but the Oakland Raiders are dysfunctional. That's why I say, and I looked at what they were doing, though, and I could see that they knew what they were supposed to be doing and how to do it. It has more to do with individual talent, from my observation, than it does not knowing what they're supposed to be doing. Because they were just killing the Raiders. We were sacking them left and right. We 6, 7 sacks that night. I think we got 8, as I remember. 8 sacks.
Yeah, I think it was like at least 7, right? Yes.
This team's capable of 8 sacks? Well, why can't you guys bring that every week? So now that we know that you know what you're doing, the secondary was making plays. And that's mainly because the front line defense was good. And anytime that happens, your secondary doesn't have to work so hard because the receivers are getting, errant throws. So I'm saying, that's why I say I don't know if they don't know what they're doing as much as they're incapable of doing. So that falls back on the general manager. Is he bringing his primetime players?
Well, I can't say no, because again, we're not playing with a full slate. Where have
I heard that before?
we really are playing with our I don't want to say reserves, but our main talent isn't out there on the field. So can we really grade how the GM has been doing? He's only been there 2 years as well. So I'm gonna give Lynch a pass right now.
Okay.
I was calling for Shanahan. Well, I wasn't really calling for his job, but again, I'm saying, okay, is Shanahan really the answer? Because again, I go to, it's not like we play as a unit. It seems like everybody's out for themselves. The main thing that Bill Belichick preaches is do your job. Do your job, and everything else will fall into place. But it just seems like, this player's trying to make sure he gets the sacks, or this player's trying to, make sure he gets the knockdowns. And it's like, okay, well, if you would do this, then that's going to happen to that, and then that's going to force this to happen, and then he can go ahead and get that. But everybody's trying to play individual ball, and nobody's getting to the quarterback. Nobody's getting to the running back. The wide receivers are left wide open. If I see one more wide open man in the end zone, Ronbo,
20 feet, every direction. Nobody's near him. Doesn't that drive you nuts?
Ronbo!
Don't get it.
I'm like, I've never played it down. Never played it down before. I can't say that.
But you got good sense about the game, and you're seeing, that ain't right. You know?
Oh, God.
If you were, now it's going to be about the draft, and I imagine my prediction right now is we stay at the top of the draft. I don't know who we're going to beat. I see the bad thing is we got the Rams again, and the Rams aren't going to lay down this year. See, you know, you guys, we played you guys the second string last year, and you gave us grief all year talking about it. Okay, so the Rams are going to play they're going to play their first string. We have the Seahawks twice. We have the Broncos. The Broncos just got who they just get through beating up?
Pittsburgh.
So that's what I'm saying.
They're still on the hunt.
That's scary. The schedule is scary. If the 49ers muscle up and beat any one of those teams, I would be so grateful. I just don't know how they're going to do it. Jimmy G's not going to ride in on a white horse and kick back and get off and walk over with the armor. I'm here. It's no Jimmy G arriving this year. So, you know.
Ronbo, I'll be the first to admit I had visions of delusion here for a minute. I thought we might have a quarterback controversy with Mullens and Garoppolo. I was so happy when Mullens took the field against the Raiders, and then, against the Giants, I was like, well, I mean, I know the Giants aren't the Raiders, but it's not like it's that many steps up from the Raiders, and
about that
we
much.
just. But we looked so out of sync again. It's like we went right back to whatever wasn't working and went away from everything that was working against the Raiders. No, I'm not going to say that, because again, I believe in positive energy, putting positivity out there. So we will win another game.
Yes.
I don't know which one, but we will win another game.
You got the first pick of the draft. Now, this is what worries everybody to death too. Are you going to trade that? Everybody, we need players. Some people. There's two camps. One school says we need players. Using that first round pick for the best player available may not be the most ideal thing for the 49ers to do right now. We should get more picks, trade it down. Then everybody says, oh, but we still need that best player. If it's Nick Bosa, then you get Nick Bosa. There's a lot of arguments about that, too. If it's Nick Bosa, get Nick. We need an edge rusher, and we do. But there's some other edge rushers out there, and we need some added picks. But where are you at on that one?
I am a firm believer. You go after the best when you can get it.
Yeah.
I don't care about that moving down the game. No, Now, I don't believe in tanking the season. So, I hope we won't just lay down and not attempt or try to win games. Yeah. Like people get mad. They're like, oh, what we need to do is just tank. No, because I do believe that how you end the season, you need that momentum. You need that lift, just being uplifted going into the off season.
I think sure.
So I don't believe in, just poo-pooing off the rest of the season.
Just to get the first round pick, yeah.
Just to get the first round
top pick, yeah.
Right. So, but I'm a firm believer that, hey, if we have the first pick, keep it. Yeah, what do we have to lose at this point?
There you go. See that?
But I think if we've learned anything, injuries can kill a team. So you have to make sure that you have people in place. They always say next man up, but if the next man can't do nothing, he needs to stay on the bench.
I know, that's become such a cliche. It worries me, next man up. As soon as I hear that, I get scared. Next man up. But it worked last year. Next man up was good last year. And some of these players have digressed from last year. We had guys, like when you look at Adrian Colbert, you look at Trent Taylor, people are now saying bad things about these guys now. Akello Witherspoon is getting a lot of grief. These guys were all good players last year as rookies, and so we all expected them to climb that ladder a little higher. So we're going to see what happens in the draft this year, because it's getting a lot of flack.
Right. I know one thing. I'm tired of having conversations about where we're going to pick in the draft.
I know, especially at the top. Yeah. I want us to be picking around 29 and 30.
Yeah, I want us to be picking 30.
Yes, okay. 32 would be nice too. Win that Super Bowl. Tina, you are just too wonderful. We gotta get back together soon, and as you say, we're going to talk about something that is a lot more fun to talk about, other than drama that's negative.
I mean, just bad drama. It's serious drama. It's not like you just, you might have, I don't know, missed practice or something, but you just going to jail time and time again.
God. Yeah, I'm going to put everything you need to know about Tina is flashing across the screen. You can catch on. It's Wednesday nights, Tina. Am I right?
That is it. Wednesday nights, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And Tina never fails to come in with content. Ladies, if you can relate to ladies better than you can me, I'd hate to think that. But if you can relate to ladies who actually understand your mind perception, then you're going to love Tina. And guys, dudes, I know y'all looking at Tina. I watched last time. Tina must have got like 50,000 dudes bothering her after, Tina, I'd like to be your friend. I seen
No,
your
they
Facebook.
weren't. They were all respectful.
Yes,
I love fans.
There
Love
you go.
fans.
All right.
Love them.
Tina, it's time to give it a shout out. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Niners!
Oh, it's fun.
We will be on top again. We shall rise to the top.
Yeah. Thank you, Tina. I knew she'd have a different outlook than we do. Because I talk to you as we've been talking, and it's not nice. It's prediction time. Fam, do you know the Hawks are favored by 10 points each and every year for the last, I don't know how long, and this goes all the way back to 2011. We have been beaten by the Hawks at the Clink. 2011. 7 years of domination at the Clink. We cannot beat them, and Alex Smith was the last guy to beat them. How long ago did we have Alex Smith? Here we go again. They're playing great football, aren't they? I know what I just said. But I can't do it. I cannot do it. I cannot go ahead and say because I'm so sick and tired of those. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. I refuse to say the Hawks will probably win this. So, as I said earlier, the 49ers play their worst football after the break each and every year. 2 wins, 12 losses, 5 ties. That's 17 years of misery after the break. Fam, I say the 49ers because they'll snap out of it this week. He'll do better with the play calls. Listen, wait, one more thing I want to point out. The Hawks game is predicated on the run. They love to run. That's how they kill teams. Who does a good job against the run? We do! 49ers! In fact, we would rather the Hawks run than pass. This plays right into their hands. If their morale is okay, if the 49ers continue to want to play, I have a feeling they're as mad at the Hawks as we are. 49ers win this one. It's going to be close. Robbie Gould almost missed kicks last week. He missed one. Anyway, we win this game 20-17. I don't care because I'm going to be right one of these times. Friday we'll talk. You bring your score in. Somebody else has got to believe the 49ers can win this game. I cannot say we're going to lose. 20-17. Niners. Maestro, you can count me out now.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this is crazy, mother.